Yo, what is up? This video is going to be a juicy one for you if you run an agency and if you want to scale to 100k, 200k per month plus. This is a recording of a live training that myself and my business partner did for over 170 agency owners. In this training, we break through the top 3 things that we did to scale our agency to 200k per month plus, including how to run your agency at 40 to 50% net margins every single month, how to sign all the clients you will ever need. Last month, we signed 56k in new MRR for the agency. We break down our full client acquisition system in this training. And we also run through how you can hire amazing team members to remove yourself from your agency whilst delivering amazing results to your clients. So this is a juicy one, guys. Make sure to watch this. If you like it, you can like and subscribe because I post a lot of other stuff like this too. But let's dive in to the training. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay, so who are we, guys? For those of you who don't know, my name's Ciaran Finn. Evan is my business partner. There's us on stage when I had blonde hair. You might not even recognize me now, but we both met on Twitter. We traveled the world together for over 3 years. We went to 10 plus countries together. We built our agency to 200k plus per month together as best friends. How cute is that? We've served over 300 brands at this point. We have a closer in place, a COO in place. We're fully removed from the day-to-day operations at this point, and we're on track to be at 400 to 500k per month by the end of this year, whilst working less hours than we were before, when we were at half the size and half the profit. Here you can see 2.5 million last year. This is a screenshot from our QuickBooks. We did over $1 million in profit last year. We had 28 sales calls booked onto our closers calendar last week. That's just our closers calendar. Evan had another 10 sales calls on his calendar too. So we're ripping with sales calls. One day, this was Friday the 5th of this month, we had 13 sales calls scheduled in for that one day. On the left is the closers calendar, on the right is Evan's calendar. Lots of sales calls. We're going to be running through that for you. We have over 140k in MRR in our pipeline right now. So we're going to be scaling seriously, seriously quick. And we've been running agencies for over 5 years at this point. So we know what we're talking about. But looking back, there were only 3 things that we did that actually mattered. Everything else, guys, was a waste of time and money. And this is what we're going to be running through for you today. The first is going to be profitable agency P&L design. Most agencies have a margins problem because they have no idea how to structure their team and their service delivery. We're going to show you exactly how to structure your agency P&L so that you're hitting 40 to 50% net profit every single month. Then we're going to be walking through how to sign clients consistently. We signed 57 clients last year, 380k new MRR added over the year. That's 4 to 5 clients per month that we signed on a 6.6k average per client. This month alone, we're going to be closing over 70k in MRR. Like I just showed you, we had 28 sales calls on a closers calendar, another 10 on Evans last week. And we're going to be breaking down every channel that we use to do this, every system, and exactly how it all works. We're also going to be running through how to hire top talent, because every problem in your business can be solved by finding the right person. So we're going to show you how to hire the best talent in the industry to deliver world-class results to clients and reduce churn, and how to remove yourself from the day-to-day so that you can focus on the highest leverage areas of the business, just like us at this point with a COO and a closer in place. And maybe you're thinking, okay, this sounds great. Maybe you guys are just special. This won't work for me. Guys, I appreciate the faith in me and Evan, okay? But I'm going to show you exactly why you're wrong. 3 weeks ago, we took on some private one-to-one coaching clients. We helped them implement what we're going to show you in this presentation. And within 3 weeks, they'd seen results like this. Jim, he went from 0 to 1 sales call per week, to 3 to 5 sales calls per week. This is in the first 3 weeks of working with us. You can see he also closed new deals on the new pricing structure that we gave him when we helped him restructure his service. And at the same time, he made his team leaner and increased profits whilst getting positive feedback from clients. This is within 3 weeks, guys. If you implement what we show you, you're going to see similar results. Or Pierce, for example, the exact same thing. Within 3 weeks, he's had consistent leads coming in. He's got 2 sales calls booked in for next week when before they were struggling to book calls. He also signed a new client on the new pricing structure that we gave him, and that client's now paying him 6k per month because he takes 10% of ad spend, something they were not doing before. And he's hired a new creative strategist, and he said, I finally have more time to work on growing the agency instead of working in it. There's me and Pierce. I actually brought Pierce to a private event for agency owners. Most people in the room were doing anywhere between 100k a month to $1 million a month. I managed to sneak Pierce in with me as a +1. It was super cool to see Pierce. I loved it. What's up, Pierce? Shout out, bro. But as you can see, guys, these systems work, not just for us, but for other agencies too. And we're going to show you a proven system here, how you can get your agency to 40, 50% net, sign more clients than you ever have before, and hire amazing talent to reduce churn and remove yourself from the day to day. Cool. Who's ready to dive in, guys? Drop me some fucking ones in the chat.
Me, I
Yeah.
am.
Drop some
I
ones in the
am.
chat if you're ready to get going. Yeah, boom, let's go. Come on, more,
Ones in the
more
chat.
ones, guys.
Lots
Who's
of
excited?
ones.
Who's excited? There we
Ones.
fucking go. That's it. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's go.
Ones.
All right. Starting with pillar number 1, profitable agency P&L design. How to structure to be at 40 to 50% net every month. Most of the agency owners we've coached doing anywhere between 10 to 150K per month, not making the profit that they want. And for a very long time, we weren't either. And from the outside, it looked like we were winning, we were signing clients, we were delivering work, we were staying busy. But at the end of the month, we couldn't understand why there was little to no profit left. And we realized that our agency wasn't structured correctly. And we had no idea that this was even a problem. Just like most agencies, probably like a lot of you on this call right now. The way you have to think of this is your P&L needs to fall into 3 buckets, okay? You have your service delivery, and all the costs that are associated to your service delivery go into this. So this is any service delivery team that you have, service delivery software that you use, but nothing else. Then you have the operations cost. So if you use a payment processor like Stripe, it's going in here. If you have an accountant, it's in here. If you have an ops VA or a recruiter, it's in here. For us, our COO falls into this bucket too. So all the costs for operations are here. Then we have sales and marketing. So this is all the costs for this. Ad spend, software for cold email, team members for sales and marketing, a VA, a setter, for us, our closer, whatever it is. And if you overspend in one of these areas, you're not going to be as profitable as you want to be. But what should our targets be? Because we need targets, guys. If we want to actually make it work, we need targets. This is what I call the 30-10-10 rule. Take a fucking screenshot of this, guys, and sear it into your mind. This is an example of a 100K a month agency right here. You can see the 3 buckets: sales and marketing, operations, service delivery. You want to be allocating 10% of your revenue towards sales and marketing at max. If you can do less, do it. You're going to be more profitable. Then for operations, another 10%. And then for service delivery, you want to allocate 30% of your revenue towards that as a cost. If you do that, then you're going to be at 50% net profit as an agency at 100K per month, which should be completely doable. As you scale further, you might need to allocate more towards sales and marketing, more towards operations, and go up to 15% on each one. And that would leave you at 40% net. But at 100K a month, you should be comfortably at 50% net as an agency following this. The most important thing of this, though, is that you want to allocate 30% of the revenue towards delivering your service. If 30% of your costs if 30% of your revenue goes towards delivering your service as a cost, then that means your service operates at a 70% profit margin. That 70% margin on your service is the number one goal that you need to have when designing your service. Most agencies have a service delivery profit margin that's way too low, like 30%, 40%. Most of the clients that I just showed you who were coaching with me were at that point, and I've restructured them to get them to 70% because that's how you'll hit 40 to 50% net each month. Here is an example of what it could look like for you. So this would be a pod. A pod is a group of team members that service a group of clients, and you can then duplicate these pods out in your agency. You can have multiple pods, you can manage multiple pods, and that's how you can grow and scale your agency. This one is an example here. Let's say you have 7 clients in the pod. They'll pay you 5K each. That's 35K in total revenue from that pod. And then on the right, you'd have the costs. So we have our service team grouped together here. So that's all the team that service those clients at 9.5K, some software for $500, and that's a 10K cost. You can see that comes out to a 71% service profit margin. This is what you want. This is what it should look like. Maybe your pricing is different, maybe your team is different, but you need to be at that 70%. And I challenge you guys, as soon as this training is ended, write this down in your notepad or in your ClickUp or whatever, add a task, go and calculate your service delivery margin in a very simple spreadsheet like this. It will take you 2 minutes to do, and I guarantee it's going to be lower than 70%. And if it is, you need to get it up before you scale, because there is no point in signing more clients and scaling your service if your service profit margin is too low. You will just be burning cash and running on an unprofitable hamster wheel, wondering where the cash is at the end of every month. Here are the most common reasons that we see agencies operate at too low service delivery margin. All the clients we helped had pretty much all these issues. Number one is over-delivering or too many team members servicing your clients. A lot of agencies are so bloated, they don't even realize it. We were doing this for a year. We had so many people in our pods. It was so complicated. We've leaned it right down, made it so much more simpler. Our margins so much better. Clients are happier. It's better all around. Number two is overpaying team members. So many agencies overpay way above market rate for team members when they just don't need to. They don't have the systems in place to be able to handle it correctly. And so they're hiring people that are too expensive. They don't manage their team well. They have poor team management. So a lot of agencies, team members will take them for a ride. They're managing way too few clients. Team members are working 3 hours a day, working multiple jobs whilst you have no idea. Probably this is the case for a lot of you guys in this call right now. And then number four is underpricing. Let's be real though, this is pretty much every single agency owner that we speak to. I guarantee every single one of you on your call can increase prices and you will be able to close at the same rate and see higher profit. Cool. Now we're going to be going through client acquisition, guys. We're going to be going through the full system that books us over 25 sales calls per week. This is a juicy one. I'm going to hand over to Evan on this now to take over on this side. Evan, share your screen, bro. Let's give these guys.
You're underselling it, Ciaran. This is going to be very, very juicy.
Let's go, man. Give the guys
Okay.
some sauce, man. That's what they're here for. Everyone
Can you
wants to
see
book
my
more
screen?
calls. I can see it perfectly, bro. It looks great.
But can you see all the calls that are on my screen? Because I have a lot of
Bro.
calls. I'm just wondering, can you see every single one of these calls?
Bro, there's too many. There's too many calls, man. It's like it's
Okay.
making my
I
head
just
spin.
wanted
To
to
be
make sure
honest,
you can see all of the calls. I just
bro,
wanted to
man,
make
it's
sure.
making my head spin, bro. There's too many. I swear.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, this is pillar number 2, client acquisition. Okay, so we'll be breaking down our entire client acquisition system that books us over 25 sales calls every single week, like clockwork. Okay. So some of our results, right? So we signed 57 clients last year, which is an average of 4 to 5 clients every single month, over 380K in new MRR, nearly a 7K average MRR per client. So the AOV per client is nearly 7K, and over 25 sales calls booked in the calendar last week alone. And that's on an upward trajectory. So there's just getting more and more every single week. So this does not happen by accident, guys. Okay, this is a predictable system that has taken Ciaran and myself years and years to build. Okay, we've gone through it the hard way. So, quick question: who here would say they struggle booking more calls? Drop a 1 in the chat. Let us know if you struggle booking calls. Drop a 1 in the chat.
And if you're not struggling, who wants to book more calls? Who wants even
Exactly.
more calls?
Even
Fuck
more
yeah, look at this
importantly.
chat, man. This chat's popping.
More calls are always good.
Always more
Okay,
calls.
so,
Yeah.
guys, let's face it. Most agency owners just don't have enough sales calls. Let's be real. Let's be honest. But let us show you exactly how to fix that. Okay. So this is the linear acquisition system. This has taken us 5 years to build. Okay. Now I know it's scary. There's a lot of colors. There's orange, there's red, there's gray. Slow down a second. We're going to be going into these in a lot more detail in a few minutes. But let me just go through it in a very high level. So at the top, we have traffic sources. Okay. This is top of funnel. This is where we're bringing eyeballs on our website and our social pages and our personal brands. The main sources of these are LinkedIn, cold email, and referral partnerships. These are roughly split a 30, so 33% each. This is where we bring in all the eyeballs. We're going to be going into each of these in a lot more detail. And then what we have at the bottom is conversion mechanisms. I don't see enough people talking about these. Ciaran will be going into a lot more detail into these in a little bit. This is basically how we take all the eyeballs, all the attention that we get, and convert that into book calls. Okay, where we provide value, content systems, etc. You'll be figuring all that out in a little bit. So, part A, top of funnel. Okay, starting off with the first bit. So, this is how we drive traffic and get our ideal prospects into our ecosystem. Okay, so there's 3 main channels for this that I said. Number 1, LinkedIn. Number 2, cold email. Number 3, referral partnerships. And just so you guys know, these are roughly even, so 33% each. They each play a very, very important role. Number 1 is LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is one of my favorites. I absolutely love LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn is responsible for a third of our MRR signed last year. Okay, nearly 11K average MRR per client. So you can see how much higher that is for overall agency, our overall agency average. So the quality of clients that you sign from LinkedIn are just so high. Okay, we work with some of the biggest brands around, and they have exclusively come in to work with us through the content that we post on LinkedIn and the personal brands we have on LinkedIn. Multi 9-figure brands who spend millions and millions and millions a month have reached out to us directly in the DMs, basically asking to work with us. Like, we have the authority on LinkedIn. We have the biggest brands around messaging us, looking to work with us. And then these case studies and logos are just so valuable when it comes to our overall brand and just our positioning in the market. Okay. And another big benefit of LinkedIn is that it boosts every other channel. Okay. If they go on LinkedIn, I think myself and Ciaran are the most followed, or Linear is the most followed e-com agency on LinkedIn. I think we have nearly 80K between the two of us. And if someone sees us anywhere, if they hear someone talking about us, even see an email from us, they basically will go onto our LinkedIn. They see we have so many followers and just inbuilt authority. Basically, they just think that, like, we are industry leaders, we are industry experts, and that just helps in the overall process. It helps with everything. Okay. And what I was going to say, it helps with hiring. Okay. LinkedIn is so good for both. We have client acquisition and branding that way, but then we also have team member acquisition and talent acquisition. Both of those help so much. It's just we are known as one of the leaders in this space. Clients want to work with us and team members want to work with us. It just makes your life so much easier. Okay, so LinkedIn is one of the best, one of my favorites. So what's the secret to using LinkedIn? Okay, what's the secret sauce? Everyone wants to know what the secret sauce is. So let me show you. Okay, I'm going to have to
Show us the
transition
sauce, bro. Show us the
all the
sauce.
sauce, the saucy sauce. So I'm going to have to transition over to my sexy little Miro board. Can everyone see this? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah.
Clear? Okay, perfect. So this is how I'm going to show you guys the flow of LinkedIn. Okay, the real secret sauce, how you can crack LinkedIn for yourself. Okay, number one is positioning and authority. Okay, so this is your profile. When someone lands on your profile, this is what they see. Okay, you want to show as much authority as you possibly can, look professional as possible, show all the big brands you've worked with, things like that. You just want to scream authority. Okay, you want to be respected, and you want to make it seem like you're an industry leader in that space. Okay, next one is the content. Okay, we have various types of content on LinkedIn. We post every single day. Some of the categories of content that we have, let's say we have resources, giveaways, and lead magnets. This one is the most important by far. Okay, we're going to be going in a little bit more deeper into the resource giveaways and lead magnets, so I'll be coming back to it in a second. So don't forget that. Number two is work showcase. So showing all the great work we do for clients. Number three is lifestyle or personal, kind of building our personal brand. And then number four is authority or thought leadership. So, we are one of the most followed agencies in the space. People come to us to learn from us, to hear our opinion, to understand how we think about things. So we want to basically post about that to kind of reflect that and show that we are leaders in this space. Now, going into the lead magnets, okay? Going into the lead magnets. So this is my favorite one. I just love lead magnets. This is basically responsible for the most amount of success and results that we've had on LinkedIn. Okay. It drives the most amount of impressions. We get the most amount of followers from it. We get the most amount of book calls with it. It is just an absolute dream. It works like a charm. Okay. Basically, how it works is that we create lead magnets, something that will be very, very, very valuable for our ICP to use. Okay. Whether that's like a funnel breakdown, you can see Grunz just recently got acquired for 1.2 billion. We create a funnel breakdown. It might be an SOP, it might be an internal training, whatever that is. We package that up, offer it to people, and then people can comment and reply looking for this resource, and then we send it to on the back end. So if you look closely here, this lead magnet alone got 2,000 new comments, over 2,000. This probably got me over 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, something like that. And the amount of impressions, we can't see it here, but this probably got 50 to 100,000 impressions on this post as well. So really, really impressive. We're just driving so much top of funnel, but we're also giving so much value away to people as well. Okay. And I'll be going even deeper on this in a little second when I go back to the deck. But let me just keep going just so you get a flavor of the overall funnel. So we capture a lot of emails by giving away these lead magnets. Okay. So basically people request it, they comment on the post, we send a link for them to give us their email. In a little landing page like this built with ConvertKit, and you can see the amount of new email signups that we get week over week over week. Okay, and this is all just from giving away really valuable lead magnets that the people can use. Okay, now here's the fun part. So once we have these emails, what we want to do is basically send them consistent emails, consistent flows, continuously nurturing them, because people are always interested in lead magnets. Okay. People are always interested in learning more, but they're not always ready to book a call and buy. So this basically constantly keeps us top of mind and constantly keeps us nurturing those. And this is one of the conversion mechanisms, okay, that Ciaran's going to be talking about very shortly. He's going to go into it a little bit deeper. And this is basically the result of it. We get to book a call and we get book calls in the funnel. Okay. So for LinkedIn, this is the overall flow, just to sear this really in your mind. This is what really has worked for us. Positioning authority. This is number one. Okay. Then content, posting one high quality post every single day, with the lead magnets being the most important part of that. Capturing their emails via newsletters, and then the campaigns and flows to nurture them kind of middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. And then we get them to book a call when they're actually ready. Okay. So let me go back to my beautiful slideshow. Okay, Ciaran, you can see this now.
We can indeed.
Perfect. So this is our posting cadence, okay? This is the kind of rough flow that we use when we're posting content every single week on LinkedIn for both my account and Ciaran's account. So we do 2 lead magnets every single week. As I said, it's the most important. So understandably, we do it the most. So we try to get 2 really high quality lead magnet resource giveaways every single week that we post. 1 work showcase or case study, 1 authority thought leadership post, 1 niche education post, 1 top of funnel business post, and then 1 personal post. Okay, I actually think the personal posts, a lot of people don't do them. I think they're important on LinkedIn because the people there actually get to know you more, to understand you more. It's not all just marketing tips and tricks. They give you a kind of insight into your personal life, and they've really worked well for myself and Ciaran, just keeping a little bit of the personal branding there as well. Okay, so lead magnets. Okay, lead magnets, lead magnets, lead magnets. When these are ran as a giveaway, they go viral as fuck. Okay, they absolutely take off. I think, did my top lead magnet get like 200,000 impressions or something like that? Something crazy. They absolutely pop on LinkedIn. Okay. They also get a sign-ups for a newsletter. So we nurture over time and then they book months later. Okay. And as I said earlier, this is going to be explained in a lot more detail by Ciaran in the conversion mechanism section. They also build authority for us before we ever speak to them. And even if our ICP doesn't sign. So even if they don't actually request the resource, even if they don't actually book a call, they're constantly seeing posts that we post get 1,000 comments, 2,000 comments, 3,000 comments, 4,000 comments, all these impressions. And even subconsciously, they're thinking like, holy shit, like these guys aren't industry experts. They're just constantly giving away so much value and people are so interested to hear what they have to say. Okay. And we've had some clients download 5 giveaways over 6 months, never any interaction between those, then book a call suddenly and become 15K per month clients. So don't underestimate the long-term branding effect that this has. It may not be instant. You may not book that call today or next week, but just give it a 3 months, 6 months, and then this will just compound and just get more and more effective over time, which is what we've seen as well. The longer we've left it, the more we've posted it, or the more we posted on LinkedIn, the more impactful it has become. Now, in terms of what makes a good lead magnet, this is actually important, guys. So it actually has to be valuable. You can't just give away something that's shit, okay? Like, I know I've seen some people give away or try to give giveaways on LinkedIn, and they're just absolute crap. They flop. They have to be actually valuable. They have to be something that people want, okay? Ideally, they solve 1 complete problem, okay? Ideally, it'll have your face and voice in it as well, so they spend time with you, they like you, they trust you more. Ideally, it's actionable in a short amount of time, so they get the resource, they can implement it straight away, and it fixes their specific problem, the specific problem that they have. And it must be very hot, sexy, trending right now. Okay, this will really help it go viral. For example, something that works with us is AI. So anything to do with AI and ad creative. Okay, and when you combine these two, people just go crazy for it on LinkedIn. It just completely takes off. So you take 2 very sexy topics, combine them together, it can just turn into a wildfire. And here's some example lead magnets just to get the kind of gears turning in your head. So some examples are, let's say, SOPs from inside your business that are valuable to your ideal clients, spreadsheet trackers or tools that you've built inside your guys' business. These guys really are these print, by the way. Funnel breakdowns of big famous brands. We want to leverage their frame, their brand. We recently did one of Grun's, who were acquired by 1.2 billion. And yeah, templates, for example, like winning ad templates. So when you're creating these lead magnets, think, what is going to be valuable to my ideal client? Okay. A 300-page wordy document is just not going to hit. No one's going to be interested. Everyone will just scroll past. But a really sexy, colorful spreadsheet tracker that's going to be instantly usable and feels extremely valuable, people are just going to go crazy for that because they click, they comment, they get the resource, and it'll fix their problem right away and not some, bullshit 300-page document. Okay. Now, number 2, cold email. Okay. So last year,
my favorite.
This is Ciaran's. This is
my
Ciaran's
personal favorite.
Okay. This is like, we have 3 children in the agency, and people are saying, "Oh, don't choose your favorite child." This is Ciaran's favorite child.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So we signed 23 clients last year, okay, from cold email alone. That's 117K in new MRR. So 5K or just above 5K average MRR per client, and 30 qualified calls booked so far this month from cold email. We're not even halfway through June. Okay, so that's like testament enough in itself. And we've sent tens of millions of emails, okay? And we peaked at 1.2 million emails per month. So Ciaran and I, we've been through it all. We've basically seen everything in cold email, and we understand exactly what works and exactly what doesn't work. So in cold email, there are 4 key areas, guys, okay? Number 1 is leads. So you want to get leads because you have to send the emails to someone. There's 3 main ways that you can get these leads. Number 1 is scrape the leads yourself, okay? Back in the good old days, myself and Ciaran were manually scraping these leads on Hunter.io, spending hours and hours and hours, not basically having a weekend, just trying to scrape these leads. Obviously, it's not the most efficient. These days, there's a lot of different AI tools you can use online to scrape leads, but yeah, this you can scrape them yourself. It's not the best way that we found. Okay, number two is paying for them. So you can pay lead generation agencies. Let's say if there's a lead generation agency that works in your niche, you can pay them to give you any leads that they have, or you can use other data platforms like Store Leads or Clay, various things like that, where you pay SaaS platforms to give you leads. But the best one, our favorite one, is to trade leads. Okay. So the best way you do this is you find an agency cold emailing your ideal clients and you calculate the number of unique leads. Okay. For example, let's say if I have 100K leads, my friend has 50K leads. He sends me over his lead list. And let's say he has 15K leads that are unique that I don't have. Okay. I basically get 15K free unique leads. And what I'll do is I'll take 15K of my leads that he doesn't have and I'll send them over to him. Okay. I spent $0. My friend spent $0. I get 15K new leads and my friend also gets 15K new leads. Okay. So we both get free leads. And this has been the main method that we've used. And we've traded our way to hundreds and thousands of leads. Okay. Basically, no money down. And it's just lead swaps has been the single most efficient way for us to get more and more leads. Okay. Number two is sequences. Okay. What we found work best is one email, not six, not some crazy follow-up sequence. Go straight to the offer, go straight to the point in the email. That's what worked best. Number three is frequency. So this is a lot higher than you actually think. Okay. What we've kind of found optimal is once a month, maybe even slightly more frequent than that, as 90% of the time, they're not even going to see your email. Like, let's be honest, guys, don't think you're special. Like, most people are emailing. There's a lot of people that are emailing. The people that we're emailing, like, they have a lot of emails into their inbox, okay? And it's not just the one that we're sending them. A lot of the time, they won't even see what you send. So be emailing them once every month, even more frequent than that, maybe once every 3 weeks. We found that to be the best. And volume, okay? Volume is one of the, number four, that's one of the most important words when it comes to actually cold email. All things being equal, okay? If you just increase volume, you're going to book more calls. And whatever volume you think you should be sending, probably 2, 3, 4, 5x that in your head. And that's actually the optimal number of emails that you should be sending, okay? So let's say we've done the hard part, okay? We've come up with a good offer. We sent the emails. We scraped the list. Now we have the reply. What do we do now, okay? Our biggest hack for what we do when we get the reply is sending a veiled VSL, okay? This has been a huge part of our strategy. This has been a massive unlock for results on our side of the agency in terms of book calls. And we're going to go deeper in this in a little bit of time with Ciaran in the conversion mechanisms. But I just want to call it out here. Like, this has been one of the biggest unlocks for us overall in terms of booking more calls from cold email. What we also want to do is we want to hit them on different platforms, okay? We don't want to just keep it in the inbox. So we want to call them. We want to send them an iMessage, WhatsApp, text. Our prospects will get 10 to 50 cold emails a day, and you want to get out of the inbox and have multiple touch points with that lead. And we want to follow up with value, okay? Not just pure bullshit, like, did you get my email? Like this kind of corporate slang, let's circling back on this kind of shit. Like, we want to follow up with value, law of reciprocity, okay? You want to give them value, and they're going to be so much more likely to reply to you or to book a call with you. If you're just constantly sending them value and they're thinking, holy shit, like, if their guys' free stuff is like this, how good will it be to work with them actually on the other side, okay? Number three is referral partnerships, okay? Last but not least. So last year, we signed 25 clients via referral partnerships. This was over 100K in new MRR at nearly a 6.5K average MRR per client, okay? So these aren't client referrals, guys. This is very, very important. These are strategic partner referrals through a specific one-to-one lead sharing strategy that we haven't seen anyone talk about anywhere else, okay? So who to partner with, right? Non-competing agencies. This is by far the best people to partner with. So for example, we run a Facebook ads, Google ads, and ad creative agency. We partner with non-competing agencies, people who also service e-commerce brands, but do a different service, okay? For example, email agencies, CRO, SEO, Amazon, basically different services to the same ICP. This is by far the best. I'll be going into a little more detail on the next slide. And some other people that we've partnered with who we've had success with is softwares. So for us in the e-commerce space, for example, it's Triple Whale, Motion, Foreplay. Another one is fractional CMOs. So why are agency referral partnerships the best? Okay, well, let me just bring you through the actual workflow and you'll understand, okay? Number one is referral agreement. So we want to get that in place where we both agree that the focus is lead sharing rather than a referral fee commission. Okay, let's be honest. no one really gives a shit about a referral fee commission. Like what everyone wants is more leads, more leads, more leads, more leads. Like when you get a referral fee commission, it's kind of like a little cherry on top, but what everyone wants is lead flow. Okay. So we get this signed and agreed in a referral agreement. So step 2 is where it's a strict one-to-one lead sharing. Okay. We give you a lead, you give us a lead rather than the referral commission. And we hold our partners accountable to that. Okay. We're very, very strict with this because this is very important. Like when we generate a lead internally, one of our clients is interested in working with one of our referral partners, we basically only send that to one of our partners if they have a lead to send back to us. And if that particular partner doesn't have a lead to send back, we go on to the next partner. And if they have a lead to us, then that lead for us, then they send it to us and we send it to them. We have that exchange. It's just pure equality. It's the fairest and it works best for both sides. A really, really good trick that we use is by leveraging multiple partners with the same service to hold them accountable. Okay. Now this is a really, really great thing for you. Okay. So for example, how this works, let's say we're working with our clients. One of my clients is interested in an introduction to an Amazon agency. Perfect. Okay. I contacted our Amazon agency partner number 1. I say, hey man, we have this really good client. He's interested in speaking with you. Do you have a client to send back to us? And then he'll say, oh, I'm not really sure, very busy right now, but send him over. And we're like, no, that's okay. Like this isn't the referred agreement. What I can say to him then is I have Amazon partner number 2, 3, and 4 who I can go to if you maybe don't have any leads to send back. Then 9 times out of 10, what happens? He goes back to his client base. He's able to generate a lead for us. He sends it back. We send that lead over to him, and it's just straight equality 1-to-1. Now, in the 1 out of 10 times where he can't, we just move on to partner number 2. Okay. And then 9 times out of 10, 100% of the time when we go through our referral partners, we always get that one lead. Okay, for the lead that we send over. It's just the fairest, it's the best, and one of the best ways to generate new leads for yourself. Okay, so when you think about it, when you generate referrals for your partners, if you use our system, you're also going to be generating referrals for yourself. Okay, because it's a one-to-one system. That's the way it works. So how to generate interest in your own client base for other agencies, for other partner agencies, is a QBR or SWOT analysis. This is a really good one. So QBR is quarterly business review. Okay, so we have QBRs with all of our clients. It's basically at the end of every quarter, we review the overall business, the state of the business, like where the biggest opportunities are. This is a really good opportunity to recommend partner agencies. So for us, it could be, hey, we see your websites could use improvement, or your emails could use improvements. It's just a really, really good opportunity for us to refer brands over to our referral partners. And then a SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Very similar. We can just run an audit for our clients. And whenever they truly, or wherever they truly have, opportunities or weaknesses, we can then recommend them to speak with one of our partner agencies to help them out in that area. And through these methods, we can generate a lot of leads internally that we can then send to our partner agencies. Okay. Now, this is kind of where it gets fun. Okay. Once you go hunting in your clients, you can actually get 3 referrals from partner agencies from one client. Okay. So you can just think about it that way, where any referrals that you generate internally, you can send them over to any partner agencies and it's referrals for you. Okay. So you're generating lead flow for yourself by asking your current clients, getting closer with them, delivering results. And this has been one of the best ways for us to generate lead flow from this. And it's just been a win-win situation where you get to even get closer with the other agency. And anyone who has any experience of running any sort of agency or service-based business knows that referrals are the best leads. Okay. They trust you the most. They're the warmest. They have the highest close rate. And a lot of the times they stay with you a long, long time because the other partner that has referred you over is already doing a great job for them, and they trust them. So that's why agency referral partnerships are so good, and that's how they've been so effective for us in generating new clients and new book calls. So that's it on my end. I'm gonna hand it back over to Ciaran, where he can go very, very deep on the juicy part of conversion mechanisms.
Let's go.
Take it away.
Let's go. Okay, so conversion mechanism, guys. Getting traffic is only half the job. And this is where most agencies fall down. They're very good at getting eyeballs on them. They can get people to see them, but they have nothing to then convert that attention into a booked call. And if you do this correctly, your traffic sources are going to become 10 times more effective overnight. Okay, I've got back here the full acquisition system. You can see the conversion mechanisms on the bottom. Okay, all this top of funnel traffic that we're producing at the top, we want to convert those into a booked call. And that is what every single conversion mechanism's sole goal is. It is, how do I take this traffic and turn it into a booked call? So the first I'm going to run through is the veiled VSL. Okay, who here has a VSL? Drop some ones in the chat if you have a VSL for your agency. Let's see. Got a couple, yeah.
Come on, guys.
We got a
don't be
2 in the
shy.
chat. I guess that was supposed to be a 1.
Don't be shy.
There we go. There we go. Some people with VSLs. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to tell you how to make them 10 times better. 10 times better. A veiled VSL, guys, is a YouTube video that looks and feels like organic content, but it is structured to sell. So it's going to walk through everything that a normal VSL would walk through in terms of who we are, what we do, who we help, the results we get, some form of unique mechanism that makes you guys unique in terms of how you get those results. And we use this and send it to every cold email reply. We send it to every LinkedIn DM. We send it to every warm lead. We want every single lead that sees us to then see this veiled VSL, because this is what sells people. And the reason this is so important, rather than using a standard VSL on a sales page with a big bold claim at the top and a well-designed page, is because our industry, and pretty much every industry now in the online marketing space, is one of the most sold to industries in the world. Prospects have huge sales resistance. They're so skeptical of anything that feels like a sales page. They see a sales page with a big bold title and they're like, oh, I'm being sold to. I don't want to look at this. Like, he's trying to sell me something. I don't like it. But this bypasses that. It feels like they're watching content. It feels organic. It feels natural. They're not being sold to. And by the end, they've been sold without even realizing it. It works so well. It works so well. Then we have the content base. This content base is bottom of funnel conversion content. So this is not posting content every single week. This is not posting a YouTube video every single week. It's a very select few types of content that we have that we want to act as bottom of funnel content. So we have the veiled VSL that I've just mentioned. Then we're going to have 2 or 3 deep YouTube videos. This can be things like case studies, something about your unique mechanism, something that will sell people. And the goal here is not views. You can have 100 views on these videos. It doesn't matter, because they're going to be very highly qualified people that are coming from you from another traffic source, and they're watching this video that's going to convert them into a booked call. And then you're also going to have some shorts. So 6+ strong shorts for Instagram and YouTube, 1 per core topic. Again, this is all bottom of funnel focused. Some ideas for this are going to be case studies, client interviews or testimonials, podcast style, things that look casual, where you can weave in some casual flexes, right? So maybe it's the spend that you manage or a big brand that you've worked with, right? And the important thing here, guys, is you need to architect these perfectly. You need to add as much casual or natural authority that you can into these into this bottom of funnel content without making it obvious, right? You need to weave this in. And these are not designed for views. They're designed to convert existing traffic. Here's how we then actually use this content. So every cold email reply, we send an veiled VSL, and we send them any relevant niche case study. Let's say they're a fashion brand that replies, and we have a short about how we scaled a fashion brand. We're going to send that to them. In our pre-call flow, we had all the content in there. So when someone books a call, they get emails and texts and they're sent this content. We want everyone to see it. This content, guys, it's like a 24/7 sales rep talking about you and why you're so good. It sells everyone. You want everyone to see this. In follow-ups too, so let's say we're following up with leads. Instead of just checking in, we're sending them a piece of valuable content that's relevant to them, a case study, whatever it is. Retargeting ads too. So we're pushing all this content base to everyone in our ecosystem constantly so that nobody misses it. If you have a thank you page as well, you're going to put it on there. Good content here really helps people engage after they book a call. And then after the sales call too. So we have some big deals. It's pretty rare someone will close on the call. They're usually going to go away, think about it, talk to the partners, talk to the CFO, review it together, right? That's very normal. You want to leave them with assets that are relevant to them so that they can continue to be sold even after the sales call. This is super important. Cool. Conversion mecca number 3. This is the newsletter that we spoke about, okay? So we have the welcome flow and we have the campaigns. The welcome flow is 12 to 16 emails. This is automated. Everyone who joins receives this. And this books us a lot of calls. You want to script these really, really well and make them incredibly good. Every coaching client that I work with, I just give them the entire newsletter flow and they just basically copy it, adjust it for themselves, and it instantly starts booking them calls. Regular campaign emails too. So things like value, proof, call to actions. You want to do these as often as we can. We currently do 3 per week to the list every single week. Like I said, every time someone signs up to your list, they get this. And this is where leads get nurtured over time, even if they're not ready yet. So we have leads that come through LinkedIn that sign up to our newsletter that then never interact with us again on LinkedIn, and they're just seeing our emails, and they book in a call 3 months later from the emails that we're sending. And we have like almost 8,000 people on our email list now at this point. So we're constantly emailing these people and we're getting booked calls every single month because we've built up this list. The fourth conversion mechanism is grouped here. So I've got our setter, retargeting ads, our website and landing page together. So the setter, they're going to be calling, texting, WhatsApping, LinkedIn, DMing every prospect relentlessly. So this is everyone who's in our CRM, everyone who's replied to cold emails, everyone who's in there. The setter is reaching out to them. Okay, this is a conversion mechanism because they're getting people to book in a call. And again, this is with value. We're sharing our lead magnets for free without them needing to sign up. We're sharing content. We're giving them value. Retargeting ads as well. So everyone who's been in our ecosystem, we're constantly showing them retargeting ads. We're constantly getting them to book in a call. And the same with the website and landing page. People are regularly visiting this if they're curious. It is designed to sell again. And it also gets people back into the retargeting ad pool via the pixel on the website. So it's very cool. Now, the important thing is every one of these conversion mechanisms, they all cross-pollinate. So people enter our ecosystem and then they never fucking leave. That is what you want. You want someone to see you and then they never stop seeing you ever, ever, ever until they buy your stuff. This is what you want to do. So the newsletter, for example, in that we're sharing the bottom of funnel content base. We're sharing the lead magnets. We're sharing the veiled VSL. The setter is sharing all that content too in the lead magnets through DM, through text, through email. The retargeting ads are showing everyone our content. It's getting people to visit the landing page. That then refreshes the retargeting pixel. It also reinforces referral partnerships too. Your referral partners, you want to constantly be reminding them how good you are and all the results you get for clients. So they're like, I definitely want to keep referring clients to these guys because these guys are great. My client's going to get great results with these guys, right? And then the website and socials, the newsletter, the setter, the content, that all sends people to their website that's designed to sell. And like I said, that then resets the retargeting audience again. So people are always in it and they're always receiving our ads. They never fall out of that audience because we have 180 days that we can show ads to them. And every time they land on the website, the 180 days refreshes, right? So it's very cool. And here's a little overview again. So you can see how this all feeds into each other, guys. It's a spider web. You want to get these leads in, capture them, and then never let them leave. That is how you book calls over time. And we have people booking calls with us that first reached out to us, or first had a conversation with us a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, because they just kept seeing our stuff. And when they're ready to buy, we're at the top of their mind. Cool. All right. So that's it for the client acquisition side. Now we're going to run through hiring for you. I'm going to run through how to build a team that lets you step back. Very important. Why this is important is I first ran through profitable service design to get you at a very solid margin, 40 to 50% net. Then we ran through consistent client acquisition. So you can get a lot of clients, a lot of revenue at that nice high profit margin. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use that profit to hire the best fucking people that you can hire to solve problems that you can't solve or you shouldn't be solving. The second one is more important. Everyone thinks they're so smart, wants to solve every problem in the business. You shouldn't. I'm going to walk through why. We've been fully removed from the day-to-day for 3 years now. We've had a senior leader on service delivery and then a COO now in place for years. We've just had a closer, so we're now removed from sales. And for us to grow the business now, all we need to do is focus on the highest leverage areas, which is marketing for both client acquisition and talent acquisition, leadership, and strategy. That's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. Everything else is done by other people. And if we wanted, the business could run on autopilot and we could work 1 day a week or less. We don't want to do that because we want to grow the business. We have big goals, but we could. And this is a position you can be in when you hire amazing talent. The other cool thing is being able to hire amazing people creates a sellable asset because a business that runs without you is an asset. And buyers will pay very high multiples for businesses that do not depend on the owner. Our goal is to get to 3 million EBITDA, which is 3 million annual profit. If our business makes 3 million profit a year, and if we are fully removed from that business, we can command a 5 to 6x multiple on that. That would be a $15 to $18 million exit if we wanted it. If we explored a roll-up strategy where we combined with other agencies, we could get a higher multiple and potentially sell for over $20 million. Okay? None of that is possible if the business cannot run without us. That is why hiring is so important. Okay? Now, drop in the chat, guys. Give me a 1 in the chat. Who here struggles to hire good talent? Who here can't confidently say that they're happy with every single team member on their team? Is every person an A player? If not, drop a 1 in the chat. Who would genuinely struggle to be offline from their business, no Slack, no email, no nothing, for a week, let alone a month?
Be honest.
Be honest, guys. Be honest.
Be honest.
Yeah.
You're not
Lots
gonna
of
kid
ones.
yourself. Come on, keep
Okay,
the ones
guys.
coming.
Okay, guys. Guys, Evan took fucking 5 weeks off last year. 5 weeks. No Slack, no email, nothing. It's because we have amazing talent on the team. Okay? Now, the framework you have to think of this is who, not how. You need to stop asking, how do I solve this problem? And start asking, who can solve this problem? You need to drop the ego, because there are people who are way better than you at most things. And if you're over 100K per month with your agency, your goal should be, I do nothing except content marketing, leadership management, and hiring leaders. Everything else is hired out. That's what you want to be thinking. Below 100K per month, you don't quite have that luxury yet. You still have to do a lot of things yourself, because a lot of things in the business need doing. But the goal is that you stay in your highest leverage 20% of activities as much as you can, and you hand off the rest to your team as fast as you possibly can. And there's two ways to use that profit, okay? You can either pay for knowledge, which is speeding up your own learning, or you pay for people, so you delegate to a team member. Like I said early on, you often can't do the second. You don't have the margin to pay for top talent, and you can't attract them anyway, but you can always pay for knowledge. For example, if it'd take you 3 months to figure something out yourself and someone can show you how to do it in 1 week, you just bought back months of time. And all that extra time you saved goes straight back into those 3 things that matter. Guys, Evan and I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches.
Mentors. Probably over 300? Probably over 300?
Yeah, probably over 300 grand. Probably, yeah, fucking Ferrari we could have bought with that fucking money. But we spent it on knowledge. But that's how we grow. That's how we learn new things. And that's how we get to where we want to be, because it speeds up time. And that is the best fucking investment that we've ever made into our business. Now, client acquisition, guys. Talent acquisition is no different to client acquisition. Sear that into your mind. Hiring is a sales process. Top talent has options. You need to sell them on working with you. They're not desperate. They're getting hit all the time by people asking them to work with them. Why are they going to work with you? What they really care about is stability. If you look like a bedroom agency that's going to be out of business next month, there's no way a top talent is going to want to work with you. If you don't have a brand, do they have growth in their role? Do they see how they can grow their own career with you? Do you have a good culture? Is the compensation right for this person? Are you paying them enough? Is their future CV going to look better? Do you have really cool brands that you can work with? Are they going to have cool opportunities that's going to really grow their own CV? They're going to like all of this. And this, again, is another reason why LinkedIn matters, because all of our hiring is done through LinkedIn. It's the number one hiring platform, and it amplifies hiring the exact same way it amplifies sales. If I reach out to someone to hire them, they're going to be so interested to work for me compared to someone else who has no brand. That's why it's so important. Now, here is our hiring process. Take a screenshot of this, guys. You need to get this right. You want to have a form that brings applicants in, okay, that you can then use to screen. The most important part of that form is a Loom submission. If someone does not submit a Loom, or the video is not on in the Loom, they are instantly rejected. I don't care. They're not on my team. Because I'm looking, one, I've told them to do it, so if they're not even recording it correctly, then I don't want to know. And two, that is how you screen them. You can tell by looking at a Loom instantly, am I going to get on with this person? Do they speak well? Are they confident? Is this person going to be presentable on a call with a client? Am I going to be happy my client's talking to this person or not? It's so important. Then you're going to do the initial interview. You're really checking for initial culture fit and non-negotiables, things like hours. Are they happy with the role? Do they understand what it is? Those kind of things. Then you're going to do a technical assignment. So it's going to be paid or unpaid. If it's a media buyer, you might get them to build a growth plan. If it's an editor, you'll get them to edit a video for you, right? Then you're going to have a focused interview. I love this one. So what you're going to do is whatever technical assignment they just did for you, you're going to get that up on screen and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to pretend to be a client. I want you to present, let's say it's a creative strategist and they've written some ad scripts as their task. I say, I want you to present your scripts to me as if I'm a client and run me through it. And they're going to go, oh yeah, cool, let's do it. And they start doing it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to be an angry client and you're going to say, wait, stop. What is that? I specifically told Ciaran on the call with him, I did not want to talk about these things in the scripts, but now they're in the scripts. What the fuck's going on? And you're going to look at their reaction and you're going to see, how do they handle the pressure? How do they handle that with the client? Because it's going to happen with a client. And if they can't handle it with you on an interview, they're not going to be able to handle it with a client, and they're going to fumble everything. And so you're looking at how are they handling the pressure? How are they framing it with the clients? Can they talk well, right? This is obviously for client-facing roles specifically, but also they're going to have pressure in the company too. Third interview. This one is optional. So this is if you're unsure on culture and you want to go deeper, then you're going to do this then. And then reference checks, guys. I bet probably 10% in this chat do fucking reference checks. That needs to change yesterday. Reference checks are the amount of times we've reached the end and gone, this person's fucking great. Then we've done a reference check and we've been like, holy shit, we just dodged a bullet. There's no way we're hiring that person. They had a terrible reference from a previous manager. And if they can't provide any references, that's the biggest red flag ever. Do not hire them. Everyone good is going to be able to provide a good reference from a manager. Do not take references from fellow team members. Take them from a manager that they've had. And then the last thing is going to make an offer. Again, sales process. You want to treat this like a sales process. And then you close them just like you would close a client onto your team. Now, where do you find these people? We headhunt everybody. We poach everybody. Ooh, sounds like a bad word, scary word. Guys, the best people are not applying to job posts. They're not sat around twiddling their thumbs looking for jobs. They're already in great roles and they're getting hit up every single day. And that's why we headhunt almost everybody. And this is also why brand and LinkedIn matters so much, because it makes headhunting work so much better. A strong LinkedIn presence means people already know who you are before you reach out, or your profile is super optimized and the response rates are so much higher. If you don't have a strong LinkedIn though, a hiring VSL is your hack. If you're early in your journey, you don't have a brand or LinkedIn, this is what you need to use. This is what I used to hire my first service delivery team member, was a hiring VSL. Because before you have a brand, you are the brand. Your personality, your energy, your mindset, how you decide to try and run your team, that is your brand. And so you need to create a video with your ideal hire in mind, make it look professional, go to a studio, don't do it in your crappy bedroom with some crappy lighting, go pay $200 for an hour in a studio, record it there, and put it on a landing page. And you want to sell them on what they care about, what I mentioned before. You're going to talk about the stability, how you're growing, show them all the clients that you're signing. You're going to talk about, you're going to show them your brand if you have anything cool, maybe you have a big LinkedIn, an Instagram profile or something, right? You're going to talk about the growth opportunities in the business. You're going to say, hey, we're hiring a media buyer, but we actually don't have a senior media buyer or a leader in the company yet. The right person in this role can grow into that. You're going to talk about the culture that you have. You're going to talk about the compensation for the role and how you're going to be paying for top talent. You want to talk about their future CV. And the other thing that they really care about, guys, is they want to work with other A players. They don't want to go into a team where it's fucking just like lackluster and it's being ran and it's like a team of monkeys. No one wants that. A players want to work with other A players and you need to sell them. You need to bring the energy and show them that you are a serious fucking business owner who means what they talk about and you're building a high performance team and you'll attract A players like no tomorrow. Funny story, actually. One of my earlier clients who's been with us for 4 years in the agency, he came through our hiring VSL. He saw me hiring on LinkedIn, watched my hiring VSL. He was like, holy shit, you run your team so fucking well. I can see how your team members are going to do such a good job for me. I want to join you. And he joined from a hiring VSL. Guys, it's cool. All right, so how are we feeling, guys? Are our brains working after all the value we've given so far? Yeah, our brains are still going.
Something in the chat. If your brain is still working, something in the chat. Let's prove it.
Yeah. Let me show people
One
who are
in the
alive.
chat.
Fuck yeah, Alessandro with the energy, man. That's what we like. That's what we like.
Not too much value, okay? The brains are still working.
Yeah.
We haven't killed anyone yet.
Not yet, man. Not yet. That's good. That's what
Not
we want.
yet.
These guys are going to see success, I'm telling you. Everything in this training, guys, it comes down to one thing. Your time and energy must go towards these 3 areas. Making sure your business is profitable, making sure you're signing clients and generating revenue that then is profitable, and then making sure you're finding amazing people, either hires or consultants. Every hour that you spend outside of these 3 areas is an hour stolen from the things that actually grow your business. This doesn't mean you have to ignore everything else, though, okay? Of course, there's other stuff that needs doing. You need to onboard clients, fulfillment, admin, ops. This is all extremely important. I'm not saying be a fucking Chad and just run a churn and burn agency. Absolutely fucking not. We have some of the best results in the industry. You need to focus on this. If your clients aren't onboarded properly, they churn. If you don't deliver for clients, you don't get paid. This is all real issues. But the goal isn't, how do I only do these 3 things ever? It is a constant question of, what % of my time is going towards the profitability of my business, client acquisition, and hiring versus everything else? And how do I make sure to try and spend as much time as I can on these 3 things whilst making sure that these other things stay completely solid, rock solid in the business? So to recap, guys, what we ran through here, we ran through how to structure your agency to be at 40-50% net, the 30-10-10 rule, why designing your pricing and service delivery team correctly is the foundation of everything, and why you need a 70% service profit margin goal for your business. We've run through the client acquisition systems, so a full acquisition system, top of funnel, we ran through LinkedIn, lead magnets, cold email, referral partnerships. Evan gave you all the source there. I ran through conversion mechanisms, the veiled BSL, content-based, newsletter, setter, retargeting, website, and we ran through hiring an A+ team. So why hiring top talent is the highest leverage thing that you can do. Our 7-part hiring process, headhunting, hiring VSL, and developing leaders.
Okay guys, that is it for the video. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, then make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I post things like this all the time on here. And if you do run an agency and you want mine and Evan's help in scaling your agency, then we offer personal mentorship to agency owners. We've helped a bunch of agency owners already scale and hit their goals, make more profit, sign more clients, and we can help you too. If you want to check out the links in the description, you can see how we can help you there, and you can book in a call with us so that we can chat and help you. So that's it guys. Like and subscribe. On to the next video. Let's go.